I might have it overlap a little bit of this, but there is a center line to this beginning part for the center of the cone. And if you were to look at it from the bottom and did a rectangular shape like this, you could cross the diagonals. In other words, it'll help you find the center of it, and then extend it left and right, and you end up with a point system set up on the length and the width all the way across. And if you drew that across, you'd make a diamond shape, but if you went from the center to the corner, each corner, and kind of visually saw it as thirds, you can actually plot a point that would actually help you illustrate this piece. So if I draw this out, and drawing through it, it's helping me plot that elliptical shape. So this, the major axis is the farthest distance for the ellipse, the minor is the shortest. And then once you get that, you end up with this curve. And when you get to this curve, you want it to be as round because it's going to the opposite side. Okay? And then however tall you make it, stretching it straight up, just pick a point, and the line from the tangent, which is the edge, the furthest point on the ellipse, is going to be set up there. Okay? Now, once I have that, then I have my light source. So I'm going to just repeat it from this side. And all the shapes are now going to be just like a wireframe in a computer sketch. Just going to have this line. You can kind of separate a little bit if you want to, just to give you the idea of it. And then the shading, so the highlight is going to just be almost a triangular shape with a rounded edge at the bottom. So again, just kind of blending all the drawing that I just did, just kind of takes it right out of there. Comes all the way down to the bottom where there is this elliptical shape. And on the opposite side. So once you have that and establish the highlight, all this stuff becomes shaded. I'm just using the side of just an HB pencil. You guys still have your mechanical pencils that you can use. So here's the mechanical one. Work on that one in a second. But I can just start to blend this part. And as it gets closer to the edge, that's where the base tone is going to be the darker section of it. So it makes it just a little bit easier to illustrate. So I also have it overlapping this cube, just kind of blending it in there like that. When it gets down to the bottom, that's going to have an edge with a cast shadow to it, so I can just continue the rounding. And as I start to shade this, just like in the first part, here's the lines that are going up, and then here's the lines that I'm shading, hatch lines. So they're making this shape, which is just an extension of the actual overall shape of this to help it in space, reading that part. Just blending that part, kind of putting a heavier accent on the bottom line, just kind of showing it there. That's going to have a little bit of a cast shadow. Hey, don't throw that down. So see if you can get there. Again, if I use the straight edge, it's a nice easy way to draw it. You can just find the edge with this and just push it around to help me with that blending of it. But that helps me locate that edge again. And even though it's a line, I just put it in there, but I'm going to let it fade in to both sides of it. So it's just giving the outside edge. And building this part up here. Now if you do overlap it with any other shapes that you have on your drawing, make sure that it has the light and the dark pattern. So if this is going to be dark against this light, just augment it a little bit to fit in with your drawing. Okay, so see how you do with that part. And then again, go ahead and label it. I already have the labeling from here right up to here, so I'm just going to go ahead and accent this. So here's the quarter tone, half tone here, base tone. I have a little reflected light. So I'm trying to get you to illustrate it right. So that way I have it all labeled out there.